Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today. I'm Russ Curtis, professor of counseling. I want to talk about tapping therapy. And I'll put a link to an article. There was a recent one published talking about the positive effects. And I was trained in it about 20 years ago, used it kind of on and off. It seems to be re-emerging. It is related to the Meridian system, which is if you've ever had acupuncture or acupressure, is working to stimulate the energy flow throughout the body, and that any type of trauma actually blocks that and gets stored in the body. If you hear my dogs barking, but so that's what it's based off of. And what is happening, you do is tap on the ends of the meridian. So as we start tapping, this is the end of the meridian, but it's running throughout your body. And if there's any type of, anxiety, depression, trauma, it gets stored according to the theory within that. Hang with me and I'll talk about some other stuff at the end, but it's a very quick, easy, simple system to use. So I'm going to take my glasses off. We start by tapping here. Now recognize you're tapping on the end of a meridian that's running through the arm and all the way through the body. I don't know exactly what meridians this is supposed to be affecting. Now you'll hear people who teach this talk about a particular mantra, like for instance, tapping on the side of the hand. They'll say, I deeply love and accept myself even if I'm experiencing anxiety or I have trauma in my life. I use my own mantra. I'd be cautious of anybody that says you've got to say exact words. I've got my own that I use, but I do want to acknowledge that and use my mantra here at the beginning. Then at the very top of the head, the crown of the head, I like to focus on what I want to bring in my life here. Okay, like let's say you experience anxiety, but you want to feel more peaceful and confident and focused. I like to focus on that, the peace and the confidence, instead of ridding myself of anxiety. So tap, maybe about 8 times, but I don't recommend counting. Do what feels right. Then around the eye. And here's the deal, you don't have to tap hard. It doesn't have to be in specific places, but the meridians are ending around the eye. So on the side, underneath. This always feels good to me, so I like to do this a little bit. Then under the nose, under the lip here, and then right where the collarbone kind of sticks out, where you've got those 2 points here, and you can kind of move up and down. This is a particularly good one for anxiety, releasing that. And then under the arm, and this is one where it's like, well, where exactly? Maybe about 4 fingers below the armpit. I like to do it on either side. And then sometimes I like to do it just right where the bottom of the rib cage, and I just kind of go around and I'll just do that. And my intention is thinking about what I want to bring more in my life while I'm doing that. So I'm keeping that intention, and then I'm done. And I always feel like taking a deep breath after I do that. Whether I think it's a good idea, but I always just automatically take a deep breath. I think it's also good to drink some water after, because that helps increase the flow of the energy according to theory. Um, and a couple things I did want to say is, and matter of fact, you may have heard that after getting a massage or after doing yoga. They're like, be sure to drink plenty of water. And that's the reason. Is, hey, we want to get rid of the toxins, which include, yes, the nutrients maybe that get kind of stuck in our body, but also the energetic blocks that we get. One thing I noticed when I was learning about this is, like, if I do ever get anxious and I'm not even thinking about it, I tend to rub here. So it's almost like your body's intelligence kind of knowing, like, oh, this actually kind of works to help alleviate some of the anxiety. And by the way, if you're ever in an anxious situation and you don't, like, hey, it doesn't feel right to be tapping while I'm in the classroom or a meeting or whatever, you may just want to do that. Just rub a little bit and find that works. Also, another kind of the body's intelligence is, you find when you're really stressed or whatever, you may rub your eyes. I think that's the body's way of saying, hey, tap out that and get that energy flowing again. And so what I encourage you to do is just try it some. I do it right before meditation every morning. I do it before I teach a class, before I meet with students, anytime I'm feeling stressed that I can do it. And it's not like I don't have it regimented. And frankly, after I do it a while, first of all, it's really quickly, I just feel better. So let me know your comments on this. By the way, it's often called, let's see, emotion freedom technique, thought field therapy. There's other names for this. Uh, Try it out. See what works for you. Maybe I'll do the tapping thing one more time, okay? Side of the hand, using my mantra. Top of the head, kind of with my intention. Round the eyes, under the nose, under the lip, collarbone. And you don't have to do the ribs, but I kind of like it. So I do that a little bit. And there again, I took a deep breath. All right, let me know your thoughts on this. Talk to you later.